What's up, motherfuckers? We're gonna work with some Pro Tools for a little bit. Probably gonna try and program some beats, maybe try to play some guitar over it. So, I'm gonna start by putting an instrument VST into here. Actually, what we gotta do, this isn't right. We did this wrong. Here. So, we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna do Control Shift N. We're gonna create a stereo instrument track, or a master fader first. We're going to stereo master fader. Alright, now we're going to do Control Shift N. We're going to do stereo instrument track. Create. Now we're going to use a VSTi. I'm going to try this, Moto Drum. Now let's see if we can get this working. Alright. So, whoa. I think maybe what it is I don't have this VST unlocked. So let's replace this. Let's use this synth here. I have to pay money for it, but I have like the free trial version, but maybe the free trial might have expired, and so now it's just going to give me some static instead. So what I gotta do is I gotta go to here and I gotta replace it with synth cell. I think this might work. And so then what we can do in here, or let's try another one. Here we go. Expand. Let's try this one. Alright, takes a second to load. Right, this one. So now listen. Oh. So what did I do wrong? Or do I gotta record it to ARM? There we go. So now we got a synth keyboard. But we don't want to use synths, so we gotta change the preset to something drum related, right? So we got all these presets. We got soft pads, bright pads, percussive, synth bass, acoustic piano, and then we want to go down here and go to drums. Alright, so that's hats, toms, and cymbals. Then we're going to do this other preset, which is, oh no, here's what we do. We do kicks and the snare. We'll do two different presets of kicks and snares. And then we're going to throw in the hats and all of that, too. Here we go. Hats, toms, and sims. So here's what we have to do now. We have to, so you see how these are, they go through these like G8 through C minus 2. That is, those correspond with keys on the keyboard, the MIDI keyboard. So we got to set a certain range so we can have all three of these presets working. So let's see if we can bring this up. Alright, so how do we tell which one this is on? So let's bring this down. Let's keep bringing it down until it starts ringing out. So this is C2. So our MIDI keyboard starts at C2 then. So let's bring this bottom up to C2. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, and then, hang on, what happened there? Alright, so bring this back. Yeah, so this starts at C2. Now the question is, how do we get all of these to ring out separately? So do we have to raise this? Let's see how high we can raise this. What happens if we just mute that then? Bring this one up. So those ones aren't showing up, but this one does. So I'm not sure how that makes sense. Alright, so then if we keep on lowering it, then it still shows up though. So how the fuck is that happening? Is it because I have this on D2 and it just supersedes that? I don't think so. So what happens if we just delete this altogether, this one, this preset? Here, let me put my guitar aside for a second. So let's try and troubleshoot this. So if we bring that up to A#2, then it stops showing up. But if you bring it down Oh, how about this? Learn key. Alright. So let's try this. Learn key. And then it'll start at the key that we press. Aha. So then if we try this, learn key here, and play the top key, that's C4. I see. So that's an easier way to do it. So what if we try and do this? So if you bring that up to C3, then it just stops working altogether, which is curious. So here's the question: do we want to try to record different presets on different drum loops, like different segments of the drum loop separately? Because here's this is what I want to do. I want to delete this. How do I delete this motherfucking thing? So I can test out how the other ones work. Because right now it's being silly. Right, so we bring this down to C2 and then it works. Is it because it's not in mono? So let's try just delete this and then just recreate it. There should be a better way of doing that, but it's just, for now, that's how we're going to have to do it. Alright, so now we're back to the synth keyboard. And let's change this to kicks. Right, and then let's raise this, let's learn key C2. And now that doesn't work. Do we switch it to mono? Does that make it work? It does not. Okay. So then how do we make it work? If I keep raising it, when will it start working? What if I go down octaves in the keyboard? That's pretty obnoxious. So this one works, but this one doesn't work, when it should work though. Alright, this one's a whole drum loop. So we have a whole segment of drum loops. So that's kind of what we were looking for earlier. But let's browse around to see how some of these loops are, just for the sake of whatever. Yeah, that's kind of tribal. There you go. That's kind of like in our sort of style. Try this one. Okay. Interesting. Alright. That's kind of like bongo. Man. Alright. So we're just messing around with some stuff. I think we can do this. It's gonna take some time, but this is the goal. We are gonna try to make a drum loop, and this isn't gonna happen today, but we have to keep our eye on the prize. And we're gonna try to do our little Ooga Booga song with these percussive drum bongos. And some of these other stuff we got here too. So this is how we become a drum master. We just use a keyboard instead. Yeah, okay. So this is gonna take time. It's gonna take time to ramp this up and start being able to be productive with this. We just put like what? Like 20 minutes into it? I'm gonna call it for now. I'm not gonna go crazy with it this second. But see what the path forward is. So we're just gonna have to try to figure it out. Tomorrow we're gonna do our practice, and then we're gonna spend all afternoon working on